Hey there guys, Atomic here, and welcome to a tutorial for Kancolle Kai, for those of you who are actually quite interested in knowing how to play the game. Well, I guess I'll give a little breakdown of the basics here. So this is the main menu, of course. Well, if you want to access the sub menu, which I'm going to be showing you in a little bit, you would press the L button here on your PS Vita. And right here it brings up to your sub menu. This is the save menu, so it's like if you click on it, you can save your progress since autosave is supported. And right here is the customizable flagship command. It's similar to Kancolle, but there's nothing really much change in here, other than just you can go equip your own items. And yeah. However, if you want, you can also change the BGM and stuff by purchasing some other furniture. So this is the floor tiles, which you can obviously see right here. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna go purchase this floor. High quality, I think. And then there is also some other interesting furniture, but most of the times you'll pretty much need a furniture fairy. As you can probably see, I have 0 and I have insufficient credits. And you can buy furniture fairies by going to the item store, but I'll show you that in a little bit once I finish clearing up so many misconceptions and tutorials here. Well, I think we're pretty much set. And yeah, pretty much some of the furnitures here will change up your BGM and soundtrack, just like your browser version for Kancolle. I'm just probably gonna go and change back to the old furniture that we had before. You can alter that anytime for any hexagon that you have set. In short, all the each command facilities you have is pretty different. And here is the BGM, SC, and voice volume option. It's just like the same thing in Kancolle. You can change up how loud you want the BGM, the sound effects, and the voices being played. Now here is the item inventory, as probably most of you guys have seen in my videos. And in addition, if you want to buy those little furniture fairies, you would click on the item store that's, you can probably see right there in the top right corner. Gives you a variety of items to purchase, and this doesn't require any of your PS Vita or PlayStation Network credentials. It's in-game, of course, so don't worry. And next, the one above the item icon is the, well, registry and list of the items and ships you've pretty much owned or obtained at some point in the game. You can see here, list shipping. Well, so far this is how much I've currently collected. And yeah, I know, it's freaking blank. But don't forget, I've actually been recording Kancolle Kai in easy mode, so we haven't been getting some good drops lately. And here is also the equipment. As far as you can probably see, I've got some okay and rare ones here and there. And now, next is the player stats info of yourself. So you have Sortie, we have... I believe that's PvP, I don't know, but I'm not too familiar with that kanji. And then here's like your little statistics of your ships and equipment and items you currently own. And obviously to your left, that's the level indicator and how much XP you have until your next level up. Now, I'm gonna show you something very interesting with the fleet. So you might obviously notice there's a little stamp like on your fleet. So this is pretty much showing that you've already used your turn for one fleet. And I can't really switch out or switch out or do anything with my fleet. However, we have a second fleet here that does not have that little turn use stamp, and I can pretty much switch out or replace any ships here. And even more interesting, we have some ships that have this little blue icon. You can probably see, and they cannot be switched out. But it's part of the game mechanism. It's where you end a turn and you've taken out a ship that was originally in your fleet, and you would have to give it a few in-game turns for it to be available again. And here is the name changing, of course. If you don't like your fleet name, you can just switch it to whatever you want. Well, for this, we're just gonna switch it from Sui Kantai to kckai. That pretty much means fire fleet. And then we have Yamamoto Kantai. However, I didn't get the kanji right, but I just read it as Yamahon sometimes. Since Hon pretty much is that kanji character. Now, switching over to our new recently 8th fleet, here is the logistics. And the logistics here, you can set up your transport ships that can collect your daily income. So it's like as you end your turn, you get transport ships income. So I currently have this set to 9 transport ships here for this specific logistics. And below it is the defense fleet that you can set to protect your transport ships. And please bear in mind that you have to have at least any ship that is not a destroyer as your flagship for this to work. And you can just set it whatever you want it for your defense fleet. And here is the expeditions for those who are interested and love to do expeditions. However, I don't really do expeditions much since I rely on the transport ship income. Now here's the fleet drills. You have about 4 options. And you'll notice a little slight difference with the 2D animation character. Oh, if you're a flagship, of course. And this is like a little fleet exercise boost for evasion, attack, torpedo, and I believe ASW. You can probably see. And moving along, you obviously notice that it has taken up your turn, so that frequently happens here and there. Now, if you want to go and do fleet drills, but your supply is pretty much really low, then you have to resupply your entire fleet for you to be able to do your fleet drills, since fleet drills requires you to have a full supply for your ships to go and do the exercise. Or there's also one more thing to do. So this is the fleet move, so you can move onto one hexagon or another. However, it would only take up one turn. So wherever you move your fleet, it'll take up one turn, and you have to pretty much do next turn in order for it to be available again. Here is the repair docks, pretty much where you can repair your ships in X game turns. And here is the construction, where you can construct your ship. And also, please note that pretty much your main starting hexagon is the only location where you can do construction. So if you're the type that likes to go and sort it out, you would pretty much have at least one fleet set in your main base. And moving along, here is the Kai modernization area. You can switch out equipment, you can modernize them and upgrade them. And you might ask, how do I switch this out? So you would click on the little swap icon, and whatever available equipment you have, you would click on it. Like, for example, switching out my 15.2 with the scout plane. And then also, as in the browser version, you are limited on to how many ships you can use for modernization. And obviously, we can't forget the most important thing, the resupply. However, this is a little different from the others. You pretty much have to highlight every single ship if you want that to resupply. And here is the quest icons. Or quests. You have a variety of quests you can complete, but you can look on Kancolle Wiki if you are confused on which of these quests are which. And the link will be in the description to the quests section. And now finally, when you're all finished, you would go here and then click on turn end, which brings you to your next turn, and all your ships can be used again for one turn only. You would have to pretty much end turn as you have a ship that's already used its turn and you want to do it again. Now, here is the construction that I'm about to do. So if you want to construct transport ships or those resource collectors, you would pretty much go here and set up how many blueprints you want to use. And yeah, that takes up only 1 day, so no need to worry. And then you have your LLC too, obviously, which you must complete a quest to unlock this. And before we end this video, let's do the last tutorial, which is way anchor, sorting onto maps, pretty much. Hopefully you guys learned a little or two from my tutorial for Kancolle Kai. Have any questions? Feel free to leave it in the comments below. This is Atomic, and I'll see you guys all later. Ja! Actually worked right after. At least it's not.